Brennan Huizinga, and this is behind the scenes for my short film Wake Up for the My Road Reel film competition. The first day started at about 10 a.m. getting stuff ready so that as soon as the cast arrived, we'd be able to start shooting right away. Because there's almost no dialogue and it's a very visually driven piece, I wanted to make sure that the room was really alive and full of colors that would reflect the mood of the piece. I went with a lot of teals and light blues to make sure that the room kind of spoke sadness a little bit, but at the same time still had a little bit of zeal and fun that was reflected in the clock. We had to move quickly through the first couple shots because one of our actors actually had to leave fairly early. After getting our final shots, we started working our way through from beginning to end to make sure that we had all of the plates we needed with the actor in the shots. Action. Good, cut. Let's do it again. After that, I could just knock out all of the shots that we needed for only the clock to be in. Another challenge of this piece was actually the fact that we had to, in some ways, film two shorts in one. One was the actual world that the characters and the clock were living in, but the other is the one that he watches when the clock turns the TV on. At first, the plan was to find a public domain or licensable old film that we could play a short romantic scene from, but after searching for a while, that didn't really seem like an option anymore. Most of the films were under license, or the public domains one just didn't have anything super rich in them. So the only other option was to turn around and film it ourselves. It was very important to land that noir/Hollywood kind of black and white feel from those movies of the 30s and 40s. And that mainly involved the lights and the wardrobe, making sure that those things were spot on, so that hopefully in the end nobody knew that we were filming it ourselves. My friend Gabby played Darcy, who I knew from a couple of drama clubs that I had taken at school. I was having difficulty finding somebody who could play the other half of that scene, so after a while I just decided that I would do it myself and just direct while I was acting. Not because I've always wanted to secretly play Rick Blaine from Casablanca. We used the Rode NT-G2 shotgun microphone as well as the Dead Cat and shock mount to make sure that everything that we were getting sounded crisp and perfect. We also had a fan running full blast off screen to make sure that we had the wind and the atmosphere even though we were indoors. The Rode NT-G2 was still able to pick up dialogue crisp and clear even though there was a fan blowing into it from only 3 feet away at full blast. And especially thanks to the Dead Cat for that one. All the visual effects were done right in After Effects using Element 3D by Video Copilot. The clock was also an actor in itself, having to tweak all of its little motions to make sure we were actually getting something and not just looking at a clock. All in all, this short film was a blast to make, and I was so excited to be able to take this little idea that I had a couple years ago and be able to turn it into reality for the My Road Reel film competition.